it's me, Marie Ordinary, and welcome to my vlog. It's been a little bit since I last posted, and this is going to be in the future. So, welcome to the past. Hey all, it's me, Marie Ordinary, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I know in the last vlog that I did, I was just kind of ranting and whatnot, but today's video is going to be more rants, probably, and a couple other little things. So I wanted to give you guys like a story time, but let's be honest, I'm not good at story times. Or maybe I am. If you guys like my other videos, then maybe you think I am good at story times. Let me know below. But I've been really into like these murder shows like Your Worst Nightmare or The Homicide Hunter on Investigation Discovery, like really into it. So I wanted you guys to give me your videos, well not videos, but you know, like tell me stories, and then I can come back and be like, I've never had this happen to me. Or I can be like, oh my god, that reminds me of this time that this happened. And we can go from there. I mean, I've never really had a lot of stuff happen to me. I've had like ghost stuff, but I never had like someone's trying to murder me, except for that one time with a knock on the door, which is in like my first or second video. So go watch. I don't really know what my point was. So, I don't know what my point was. Did I ever tell you guys about the cemetery incident? Probably not. Okay, so, in California, there were witch hunts. I'm sure you all know this, but, in the area that I lived in growing up, then like the next town over, it was famous for witch hunting and whatnot, and there was like a witch's cemetery. You can't see my finger movements, but yeah, there was a witch's cemetery, and I really wanted to go there, and my friends wanted to go there as well. So one night, my friends went over. My friends and I, we all went to Toys R Us, and we bought a glow-in-the-dark Ouija board. And so when we were checking out, the cashier lady, she was like, just to let you know, anything that happens to you guys when you buy this, after you buy it, is on you, and it's not something you can return, and we're not responsible for any harm that may come to you. And first off, what the fuck? This is a Toys R Us item, and you're telling us we're not responsible for whatever happens to you? If you're not responsible for whatever happens once someone uses the toy or the game, why are you selling it? Why? I don't get it. Whatever. So, moving on. So we got this glow-in-the-dark Ouija board, and we went out on a hunt for the witch's cemetery. So we get over to this town, and we go into a few stores, and we try to like ask people, like mostly younger people, like teens and stuff, like, do you know where the witch's cemetery is? And everyone's like, oh, it's up in the mountains, like you have to go through such and such street and then head up into the mountains and then you'll find it. But like they wouldn't give us like exact location. So we're like, it's dark out, it's like 10 o'clock at night, we're not going to go up into the mountains at 10 o'clock at night in the shitty old car to find the cemetery. Unless, like, we knew exactly where it was. But my two of the friends out of the, I think there was 4 or 5 of us in the car. I don't really remember now. I know there was 2 people up front. I guess there were 5 of us. All seats were taken up. So we decide to go somewhere else. So we just drive around for a little while, and then I get this really intense headache on the right side of my head, and it's like right through here to like here, and so I'm just like, turn right, because I am insane. So we turn right, and then I said turn left and then stop, So we turned left because I got like the headache on the opposite side, and so whatever, we followed my headache because why not? And we ended up at a cemetery, and it was like 3 towns away from the town we started out in. So we drove quite a while before we found anything. And so we got out, and first off, it was foggy as fuck. It was now like midnight, and we're at a cemetery, and we have a Ouija board. And they're like, let's do the Ouija board, whatever. And so they all touched it. I didn't because that's another story. I've had so many bad experiences with Ouija boards, but that's, like I said, another story. So they all touched it, and I went and walked around, and I walked over to this grave that was kind of like a few away because it had like this cool looking tree, and I saw something on the tree, and when I realized it was a hexagram, someone had drawn a hexagram on the tree, and then someone stepped on something and looked down, and it was a dead rabbit. There was a dead rabbit on a grave with a hexagon. So the hexagon that I saw was written in rabbit blood. So that was cool. So by then I was already beyond freaked out, and so were 2 of the girls that were with us, and the 2 guys, of course. They're like, I want to keep going and walking around, and I swear to God there were some people out there with us that wasn't in our group, and it was freaky as all fuck. Okay, so yeah, so it was, like I said, it was foggy, and we had just seen that, so I was freaked out, and the 2 other girls that were with us were freaked out, and it really felt like there was someone looking at us. So it was like cemetery, then there's trees, and then there was like a ditch, kind of. I don't remember what they're called. Don't know what they're called. We call them sloughs. I don't know what you guys call them. So there was like a ditch with water in it and everything, and then there was like a rice field after that. But before the slough, there was like really tall cattails. That's probably not what you call them, but we call them cattails because they have like that fluffy part at the end. Anyways, there was really, really tall ones, and I swear to God I saw a shadow. Like, in it, like you could see like the figure of a person. They were quite tall. Freaked me out. And they wouldn't leave. We walked like all the way across the cemetery, and I wasn't going to stay by the car, so I followed. And then we would hear footsteps that weren't ours. It would be like after we stopped walking, and at one point we heard a dog, and I'm like, fuck this. I thought it was going to be like a Grimm, because I believe in those things. And so I was really, 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 really freaked out. I was just like, okay, we need to leave. We need to fucking leave. And I was very vocal about it. And then everyone started arguing, like literally arguings, and it was really, really bad. So finally everyone gets in the car, everyone's still fighting, and we drive off. And then as soon as we get like let's say 2 miles away, it's like peaceful and it's calm, and we stop fighting. But not until we got further enough away. So yeah, that was very, very, very eventful night, and so glad I don't have to relive it. Okay, so the next thing that happened after that, though, that kind of combines with the story, is I went home, and then I had this weird, weird, weird dream. So in the dream, I was walking up a hill, and then on the hill there was like this really, really, really old oak tree, and you could tell it's old because how tall it was, how big it was, and on the oak tree there was like someone burning on it, like a witch was burning on this old tree, and like for some reason I kept walking up to her, and like she wasn't all the way burned, if that makes sense. Like you could tell that it had been burned. Like by the time I got there, the fire was out, and she was still alive somehow, but she was like really badly burned. And she hands me this book, and I grab it from her, obviously, and she says something to me, but I don't even remember what she says anymore. It happened years ago. And I looked at her, and then I think she said something. The last part that I remember is like she said, hide it or keep it safe or something like that. And so I kind of walk off with the book, and then I run into one of the people from that was with us in like that group. I run into them, and they were there with me, and all of a sudden the town folk like appear, and I have this book that the person who was hanging gave me, and I'm like, oh fuck. And so I kind of run off, and the other person like stays back to like help me get away, and then I wake up, and then they call me like an hour later, and they said, I just had this craziest dream and you were in it, and I was fighting these people and I don't even know why. And I was like, that's part of my dream. It was really weird because they had seen the part where I had like walked up to this lady and everything too, like that was in their dream but from their perspective. And that's like the most insane thing that's ever happened to me, like with dreams at least. So yeah, that's one of my weird Ouija board stories, and I don't even know how I got into it. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, everyone have a great week. Don't let things keep you down, and yeah, just have a great week. Thanks for watching. Bye.